Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today we're going to talk about some things from my childhood here in Miami. And you know, when I grew up in Miami, Miami was a football town. Basically all we had, professional team, was the Dolphins. And luckily we had the best football team ever, which was at the time the 72 Dolphins. And as you know, in baseball, I collected from 1970 to 1974. That was my collecting years. And also in football. And that's why I'm almost finished with that 71 set. I need one card. I'm going to show you that when I'm done. But the football set I'm talking about. But this is when I lived about a mile from the Orange Bowl. And that's where the Dolphins used to play. And I used to go to, I did go to some of the games with one of my uncles, Max. I used to go with him. He had tickets sometimes to some of the games, so I did go see some of the games. But when I didn't go to the games, you know, with a ticket, I went inside, right when the game finished, and you would go inside the stadium, and they would open up the gates, and you just walk right in there. And then I'd find a program. When I went to the game, I'd buy the program. If not, I'd just find one that was thrown on the seat somewhere, pick it up. And then after the game, of course, the best thing would be to get players to autograph them. And that's what I did. Me and a couple of my friends would go and get them autographs. And this is from the August 25, 1972 game against Atlanta Falcons. And this is the Pro magazine from the game. And this is a 72 preview. And good thing about this is the 72 preview, 72 year, they went undefeated. So they won that game. And they won all the other games that year. And I was at most of them. And a lot of them I was able to get the program and get some autographs. So here's Gary Premium, that was the kicker. There's Earl Morrall. And they would all come out of the dugout, you know, dugout, not dugout, but they would just come out with everybody else. And you'd wait there probably about an hour after the game, and then they'd all start coming out. So I'm not gonna go through all of these, but I will show you. I do have some autographs on these. And these pretty much, they're old, beat up already. I'll show you what happened to a lot of them. But sometimes they would have pictures in here, and I would get them to autograph the pictures that were in there. So here's some autographs right here. This is where they would show up, see? The rosters, and you can see the Dolphins roster there. This is the first game, and then here's some autographs that I got here also. And I'm not gonna know them all because this was a long time ago, but you can see that's Vern Denherter. Don't recognize that one, and I don't know if that's Jim Cake or not, but it could be. I don't recognize those. But anyway, I would go and I'd get a bunch of autographs of the players, and you know, as a kid, you just got them and they're autographed in here somewhere in these books. So I would get them autographed. Kind of put this back. They're destroyed. I mean, they were from 1972. I was a kid, and I can't tell you how many times I looked through this. I didn't go to the game, and I went to when I was watching it on TV, I would just look at the rosters and just use this for that. And then, you know, my sisters got a hold of these books because, you know, in school sometimes they asked them to do a collage, and they would cut out pictures and things from magazines and make like poster boards. And then one day I came home and I saw my sisters were doing that. And it was with my magazines, and I was upset, but my mom said, you know, I couldn't get upset about it. So, you know, it's done, it's over with. But here's one of the ones they cut up. You can see that's from another undefeated season game, 1972 again. And they would just cut up my book. You know, they would take them and they would cut them out. And a lot of them had a lot of cut-ups in the middle. And again, these have autographs in there. So maybe we can use these as signatures. But they're from when I was a kid. And, you know, there's, you know, Don Shula. And this is from the undefeated season. So I'll never, you know, I'll probably never give these up here. I remember walking home with these things, you know, and holding them. And, you know, you could see that, you know, we lived a couple miles away. You can see how dirty they got. And you can see that's probably me, my handprint holding it and sweating and stuff there and stuff like that. And here's another one they cut up. That my sisters cut up. They're all beat up and cut up here, unfortunately. But you know, look at that. That was my old TV right there, guys. I had that old Xena TV back in 1972. Here's another game, another one of the games here. The front is cut up, but a lot of autographs. I think that's Paul Warfield here. Can't read it too well now, and I don't remember, but I know I met all of the players back in those days. And also had some of the players from the other teams too. Whoever would walk out, I would just go get their autographs. You may recognize some of these, I don't. So many years ago. So many years ago, but I remember getting these, waiting there as they came out. Doing their cars, and you know, in those days, they would just, see what my sisters did, they would cut out things to use for their collages. They just cut these whole pages out. And I would imagine there probably were some autographs in there too that we just cut out, but it is what it is. The good thing is that now my sister really encourages my my YouTube channel. She loves it. She's even commented on that. And here's another one here. This is from December of 1972. And this was the Orange Bowl game against the Browns. And that is Paul Warfield's autograph. So I got him a few times here. And here, this page just came right off, so I'm going to show you some autographs here. There's Bob Greasy right there. That's Bob Greasy. See, that's the official. See? And that is, Hooker, Flair Hooker. I think that he's a Browns player. Used to be a Browns player. Greasy. There's somebody in the middle and in here. You can barely see it, but see if we can get a good look at that one in there in the middle here. Oh, it's another Garo Yepremian. See, I saw him a few times. He would sign. Some players would sign a lot. Some of them wouldn't sign. So anyway, that's the front of that. And look at that. This would be great. I think Mangini remembers that. The electric football. I used to have one of these. I used to play with my friends across the street, the electric football. That was awesome. Anyway, look at all these autographs. Tons of autographs I have on here, and I can't tell you who these guys are. You may know better. This was a Browns game, so it probably has a lot of Browns players. And probably has a lot of the Dolphins players. Because in those days, I couldn't really tell a lot of times who was who. Because when they came out, of course, you know, they were dressed. Here's one right here I do recognize. That's Leroy Kelly right there. That's Leroy Kelly. So, you know, I've been a fan for a long time. And I've been collecting for a long time, and that's how I got all this stuff here. Here's some more guys here. That looks like Fred Pitts, maybe. Mel Gray, maybe. I'm not sure who these guys. I'm not an expert in the autographs, but these are from the Browns, I guess. This one here, and from the that's something Clifton Brooks, number 23. And this is Ron Brown, Ken Brown, I guess that is Ken Brown. Looks like some of the guys. Just a bunch of autographs from a bunch of players that I was lucky enough to meet back in the days during the Dolphins' undefeated season. And, you know, unfortunately, like I said, some of these are all cut out. There's a Santa one here. See, they're all cut. My sisters used all these for a collage. So some of these are really pretty messed up. But still have some autographs in there. And, you know, a long time ago, I thought about throwing it away. And thank God I did not. Thank God I kept it. They all cut up. And I'm sure there's autographs that have been cut up here. But anyway, that's another one here to go. And this was the famous Dolphin no-name defense. A no-name defense. Really, that's what made them undefeated. Even though they had, you know, Bob Greasy and Paul Warfield. And here they are, Paul Warfield and Bob Greasy. And they had the best coach in the world here. Here they help this. They're all broken up. I'm just going to separate it so I can show it to you. Don Shula. There it is. Don Shula. I have his autograph a few times. I also met him when he was older. This was 1972 when he was officially still coaching. But he signed for everybody. I don't know who that is. Could have been another Paul Warfield. Paul Warfield was another guy that signed for everybody. They hung around. A few guys didn't hang around too much, but a lot of them did. Here's a few more guys here. That looks like Dick Anderson. Yeah, that's Dick Anderson. That's another Hall of Famer for the Dolphins. And that's Bill Stanfield. That's another great player. I'm not sure if Bill Stanfield's in the Hall of Fame, but I know he's in the Dolphin Hall of Fame. And that's Jake Scott. Jake Scott was the MVP of the Super Bowl that they won. Got an interception. So some awesome stuff here. Part of my history. I thought I'd share it with all of you now. It's football season. See, it's another torn page, another page that my sisters use in their collage. So I hope they got a good grade on that collage. I've forgiven them, of course, after all these years. They both are awesome. I don't remember which sister. I have two sisters. So one of them, or both of them, got a hold of my 72 Dolphin undefeated season yearbooks. Not yearbooks, programs, game programs. And went to work on them for their collage. And here's another one here. And this is the November of 19 of 72. And this also has some autographs on there too. Let's see if we can take a look here. This was against the Jets. So then this has they're all torn up. Another's got the spine still in place. Wow, that's not bad. Okay, now who is this again? I'm not sure who these are, but there's a few guys on here. Henry Stuckey, looks like. I don't know who that is here. You know, I probably should have done a little more research before so I can show you the names here. There's another name up here, which I just don't know who they are. They're Jets players or they're Dolphin players. That's all I can tell you. And there's probably going to be more inside. So this was a great year for the Dolphins. The best year ever. The best year anybody ever had. They went 17-0 all the way through. And then there's some more here. There's a bunch more autographs. If I go through these books, I'll find a lot of them because we used to just get them to sign wherever we could, whenever we could, as fast as we could. That's Ralph somebody. That's another Paul Warfield. Look at that. He must have signed for me a bunch of times. And let's see who this guy here is. I think that's Lloyd Mumford. He played defense for us back in the day. And this is, I couldn't tell you. But it does have the lineup. So I could probably look at the names and figure it out. This was the starting lineup. Offense. See, they had Earl Moreland at some time. Reese got hurt. And I know I do have Mercury Morris. Sanka wouldn't sign too much. And I should have most of these other guys autographed. I do have Monacani somewhere in here. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a good look at some of these little programs. The ones that my sister cut up and used. I don't know how much of this stuff they cut up, but they did. So anyway, that's it. So we got the Pro magazines from the Miami Dolphins undefeated season. Unique one-of-ones that have been cut up. But I wanted to give you guys a look at some of my history. Some of my things that when I grew up, back in the early 70s, I was a young kid at the time. And collecting, even way back then. So keep collecting, people. It's fun. And you'll look at it in the future and want to do videos and show it to your kids and grandkids. So have fun in the hobby, everybody. Everyone have an awesome day. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And please like and subscribe to my videos. It's much appreciated. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome day.